Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Danae, and I'm here with a message for you. Pardon me. Today is Saturday, May 25th, 2024. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Hope you're having a great weekend, nonetheless, whether you're celebrating the holiday or not. A gorgeous Saturday it is in my part of town. Let's see what we got here today. King of Pentacles. What's that? Page of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Could be a message or an offer from a wealthy man. A message that's very valuable. Or an investment. That has great potential. So not only is this a wealthy man, it's a powerful wealthy man. What else we got here? Four of Swords. Wow, and now the Knight of Pentacles. So maybe this is an offer that has appreciated over time, because we had the Page back here. Here's the Knight. Here's the King of Pentacles. It's coming with a great deal of it's a high-powered, it has high-powered potential. Her resurrecting power. So whatever it is, either this person, if it's in the form of a person, they're high-powered enough to be able to ultimately change fates. Like someone here, like I keep hearing raise the dead, resurrect, so basically to really change someone's situation for the better, though, whether it be to grant powerful opportunities or prosperous opportunities, to maybe change your life based on the resources that they have access to. And the King of Pentacles is more or less a generous king, so he's willing and able to share. So it could literally change someone's circumstances overnight, just being connected to an individual such as this. Where you could go from laying dormant to some degree in the Four of Wands, contemplating possibilities, waiting on an opportunity, waiting on a breakthrough, and then bam, here it is. But it's something that's connected to this energy here with the King of Pentacles. The progression here from the Page to the Knight to the King is that what they acquired I feel like maybe this person has a great deal of experience and like skin in the game. Maybe an entrepreneur, you know, that started off small, expanded their business or their portfolio or whatever. It's somebody that has a great range of experience though. They were not necessarily made to be a rich man overnight, but they have somehow the power or the influence to grant that privilege to others, is what I'm feeling. Maybe someone that literally like is like a, what do you call it, like a venture capitalist that could take someone's big ideas and provide the startup fund for it, like the resource for it to materialize. Could be something like that. All right, let's see what else we got. I want to know what this is coming from. Yeah, so it literally could be that. It could be someone, because this is the Eight of Swords, where someone, like say you have a business idea, but you're not in the position to start it up because you don't have the capital, you don't have the resources. And then suddenly, well, I don't know about suddenly, because the Knight of Pentacles is not really sudden. It's actually a bit delayed or gradual of an advance, but something about this energy is like a lifesaver in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, look at that. To go from being the Eight of Swords to like literally putting that wand in someone's hand to empower them where they may have had a void otherwise, to actualize their ideas, their creativity. What are we talking about though? Let's see. Oh, okay. Whatever it is, it's definitely promising. Yeah, here it is again. Like these polarities between movement and stillness are significant. This is mastery or having gone within for self-discovery, awareness, gaining the enlightenment, and then moving forward with, again, more wand energy. Confidence, security, power, inspiration, passion. So so there's a great I don't know, this King of Pentacles, it may not be so much, it could be a representation of an actual person, but if it feels like an upgrade of sorts in a way that it may not be money exchanging from hand to hand. It could be, but it's some type of like breakthrough opportunity that presents itself on account of someone having committed themselves to the work, like dedicated themselves to the work and to the practice in some way of mastering whatever craft it is that they do. So it's like it could seem like a overnight type of success. Okay, like an overnight type of success as to how it is maybe suddenly recognized in a public space, like online, or a product that quickly gains popularity or notoriety, or a channel, like if you're talking about social media, a platform, yeah, it could definitely be a platform that gains an exponential increase in engagement, whether it be subscribers, followers, whatever the case may be. It may seem like a bit of a sudden shift, but with the Hermit here, it's on account of, and the Knight of Pentacles as well, as I spoke about it kind of being a delayed response and reaction of reward. It's not so much that it happened overnight, because the work was definitely, even with the Hangman, it was invested over a significant span of time, or with a significant level of intensity and care and commitment. But perhaps it's the magnitude of the return that has shock value, or the velocity, maybe the intensity of the upgrade or the promotion or the advancement, as like kind of how that showed up with the page, then the knight, and then the king, like 3 levels, skipping 3 levels of advancement to get to a very grounded place, productively, profitably, and even in position as the King of Pentacles. It's a great level of prestige here that either is supersized or super accelerated. Probably a little bit of both, honestly. Oh, 10 of Wands. Yeah, the end of struggle. That's the work that wasn't seen, perhaps behind the scenes, the work that it took to get to a place of mastery, to be comfortable in your craft, the practice, the dedication, the blood, sweat, and tears that went into, I was going to say perfecting, but it's not a matter of perfection. What is it? It's, I don't know what the word is. It's not perfection with the Hermit card, but it definitely is about practice, promotion. Maybe it is promotion, certainly, or practice when no one was looking, or, promoting something seemingly, tirelessly with very little response or results, and then suddenly the breakthrough that you were waiting on materializes. Judgment. Okay. How is that still there? Did I misplace that? Oh, I think it was always there because I just saw it on the bottom of, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, the end of that, as I just said. So let's see, what else? End of struggle, stress, pressure. Wow, 2 came out. Crossing over with, to the Lover's energy. Maybe the end of struggling by yourself without support. And that could be taken a multitude of ways, especially with the Lovers here. Yeah, it could be something like that, where you may have been putting in the work, again, when nobody was watching, when nobody was really there to support, when the resources were few and far between, when the reward was questionable. You know, you still maintained a focus, a dedication to what inspired you most. And here's the moment of finally crossing over into your divine reward for choosing to stay dedicated to what is supreme of yourself, not what is just minimally satisfactory, you know. Let me see what's here. Yeah, that's the anticipation, a great anticipation of your ships coming in. You can anticipate your ships coming in. Let's go back and see here. Yeah, here's the struggle. The PTSD, the blood, sweat, and tears, the steps and the missteps. The 9, the completion, and the 10 is the end. With the Judgment card, under the Ace of Wands, somebody has an amazing reward to look forward to, so it seems. And again, it could, like, there's some emphasis on it perhaps being by way of partnership or the exchange between person to person, especially with the Lovers here. It could be a breakthrough opportunity that comes from someone you know, someone that sees your potential, that sees your value, that's impressed by what you do. Maybe that's inspired by what you do. And the impressionability and inspiration comes from, again, a certain relatability, like I said in the beginning, someone that knows what it means to have to kind of pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and they did that for themselves, but also seeing the value in being able to kind of like help someone pull themselves up, to kind of curve the struggle for someone else where they may not have had that privilege or luxury. Someone that, you know, that made their dollars honestly and honorably with hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, but has a heart to want to help others kind of like achieve success without the stress and the strain, or maybe to soften the blow of the struggle to some degree, or at least shorten it, stifle it in some way, shape, or form. But not just, I feel like it's not this, because the King of Pentacles is wise with their investments. So it's not just on account of just like giving out free lunches, but it's the fact that somebody sees not only your potential, but also sees the effort and the dedication that you've already invested on the back end with very little support. So it's like, dual inspiration here. Yeah, there's the starting point with the Page of Wands. So much wand energy. My goodness. Somebody really wants to empower action behind inspiration. It's like, I see what you're doing and I want to help you advance it. I want to help you succeed. I want to help you multiply it. I want to help you grow it. Like something that already has proven potential, maybe even proven success, but definitely potential here. And yeah, it's like it could be a startup that's just in need of an investor to go to the next level. Or it just literally could be someone wanting to activate a new beginning for someone in a way that they may have avoided to do so for themselves. And in this case, it would be financially, just straight up and down. It's like somebody has all the ambition, facility, kinetic energy, drive, bright ideas in the world. And all they need is a couple dollars. And it's as good as done. A lot of wands. The 6 of wands, the page, the ace, the 9, the 10, the 3. The only thing we're missing is the 2, which is the plan, the 4, which is the structure or the actual establishment, the 5, which is competition, but we're definitely not missing that too much, 7, which is protecting yourself from competition to some degree, not really needing to miss that either, and the 8, which would be the acceleration. Let's see what's on the bottom. The King of Swords. Expert in the field. Maybe somebody sees you that way, like as a genius mind, or have, someone that has genius ideas or visions, has a special set of skills that's also the incentive that someone would want to invest in, because it's something different than what they either have the skill and the talent for, or what they have to offer, or something that they see a great potential of demand for in the market, or in whatever way that they, because it is a business, man, after all. So it may be a slight bit of grace and philanthropy attached to their endeavors, but it's also with, I feel, practically speaking, with the King of Pentacles, is something that they actually can see potential profitability in, even for themselves, whether it be for the return on their investment or to profit, even beyond their initial investment. So there's a benefit here, but it doesn't seem like that's the ulterior motive altogether. Like somebody just wants to kind of come up off of somebody's energy. I'm not really getting that sense. It's just someone that that knows a good investment when they see it. The wand energy is astounding to me. It is. Wait, is that 3? No. Oh, jeez. I don't think I'm gonna take these, but I'll look at them because it's 3. Oh, there's the advancement. Yeah, this is someone either not wanting to miss an opportunity to, kind of like get in the market while they can. Or it could be a matter of someone else's missed opportunity is advancement. It could be that, like somebody passed on the investment, didn't really see the value, and it ended up being like a missed opportunity for them. But it was, here's the acceleration that I was speaking of, that it was probably best, maybe it wasn't an alignment for this particular investor to, because it seemed, what I'm getting is this is a different type of energy that would have wanted to maybe monopolize more of the control because they were invested. Like if they would have actually agreed to be an investor or to take some interest in whatever this is, they kind of would have been more domineering, more of a dictator, so to speak, over how it gets to move, what it should do, like kind of micromanaging. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. As opposed to this energy here that seems like they kind of want to make the investment. They're willing to take the risk to make the investment and see how it grows, like more invested trust in the potential that they see than in trying to control the outcome, to kind of direct it and streamline it in some desirable way for their highest profitability. So it's like giving a loan or matter of fact, this is the first time I'm even saying loan. It could be more of that, like somebody would have been willing to loan capital with either high interest rates or high expectation of a return, or with very stringent terms and clauses on how it gets to be spent, or just the terms of it seems like it would have been a bit more confining in one way. Like this might even be like an organization or more of an establishment, like an entity of sorts that would be less inclined to be lenient and kind of like hands off. They're going to want to know dollar for dollar what's coming back to them, and more or less would be holding their investment to that return, as opposed to this energy here again that feels like it's like I'm willing to take the risk because there's a belief here, there's an inspiration here, and because I'm willing to take the risk, I'm also, understanding that I don't get to control the process or the profitability, not even wanting to, is what it seems like here. Just wanting to see it flourish for sure, but not necessarily wanting to control the margins of how it does so. So yeah, so this is, and here's the acceleration, but I feel like it's on account of what was passed up on, or whether it was someone that whomever rejected this potential and didn't see it, or didn't see it valued at the terms in which someone would have been willing to accept, or just decided it wasn't worth, the investment altogether. And you know how they say rejection is protection. In this case, it's what actually gave this idea or this ambition more of a fighting chance to thrive and even accelerate beyond its potential, because it was aligned with the right energy, with someone that would allow it to be organic and natural, and to just kind of let it grow on its own. There's a Four of Wands. Oh my gosh. There's a Four of Wands. That's the establishment, but balanced, harmonious, like an understanding. That's the difference. It's like the difference between someone that really understands the product, or understands the gift, the service, the power, whatever this wand energy is. They not only appreciate it as something that is outside of their, their natural scope, but they also, they respect it. They respect it, they appreciate it, they reverence it to some degree. That's a different level of understanding established here than someone that just, sees something that has the potential, like maybe sees it as a trend, or, with the Emperor, it's like he may have multiple businesses under his umbrella or establishment, and it's just there's not as much of a connection to the brand or the frequency of whatever the thing is. It's just a matter of, will it make me money? Like, is this something that, somebody that will want to like scoop it up so that nobody else has it, not to miss out on an opportunity for profit, but doesn't really have much of a belief for or in whatever the thing is. This is the energy of someone that would almost want to be in partnership. Okay, so we're talking about love here, then that has a different refreshing vibe to it. And if we are, my God, somebody, the wand energy is that somebody is like infatuated, like borderline obsessed. But I don't see the devil here, so it's not in a diabolical way, but somebody is like extremely, extremely attracted to someone's potential, their ambition, their success, their drive. Somebody's very aroused by the measure of inspiration that they feel in a potential, either with a potential partner or in a connection that is already established. It's like somebody is turned on by I don't even know what it is. Like somebody's turned on by someone's, I don't know, like their their lust for life. That's a song too. I'm gonna post that. Yeah, like their lust for life and everything, like how someone kind of flirts with life, courts life, you know, so adventurously. Maybe because it's different from being so practical. So maybe that's what the allure, you know, like the opposite effect is that where somebody's a bit more practical, knows how, like I said, they from the grassroots, from the ground up, from the bootstraps, know how to establish a foundation to secure stability, a livelihood for themselves. But what they may be missing is a zest, let's say a zest for life, adventure, curiosity, boldness, creativity, divine inspiration. Like somebody, it feels like somebody's muse that somebody would want to spend money on, because it's like they got it to spend first off, and then like I said, the inspiration that pours out of them, if especially if we're talking about a potential partnership here, the inspiration that pours out of them, it's like all somebody needs is a reason to make an investment, and this person gives hella reasons, hella wands, but not just like pulling shit out the ass either, you know, because that's also what's well respected, given the Hermit card that came up, is that somebody is well versed in their, well grounded in their ambitions. They're not just like jumping out the window with the next best thing. It's like they're extremely goal oriented and driven by their passions, but still in a way that somebody that's practical can justifiably stand behind or support. And that's even more of a turn on because, you know, like I said, this is somebody that values a wise investment, particularly of their own accounts, literally. So to engage with someone that gives them like ground to sow into, it seems like a really dynamic partnership here, whether it's professional or creative or intimate. It's a match made, well made. I was gonna say in heaven, but maybe, yeah, maybe so, with the with the Ace of Wands. Great potential here. And with the Judgment card, it's like somebody, it's like they don't need to see much. Like they're very sure about what they feel, what they sense, how aroused they are. Let's see what else. And then we got the Queen of Swords. There's the advancement yet again. And yeah, this speaks to that level-headedness that I was saying. Like somebody is very intelligent, very what's the right words? Objective in their decision makings, you know, logical, has their head on straight, but still look at all of this wand energy, all of this inspiration. It's like this is like genius mindset, but with like an extra flair or something here. Somebody that's never short for bright ideas and knows, like already has like a plan and a process in mind. It's not just fanciful thoughts. Somebody's already kind of thought out the process, how it gets to materialize, what it would take. Like they've really considered all the possibilities, all the angles, and has the ambition to take action, has the intellect as well. Interesting. This could even be somebody that is a bit dormant, like they may have all of the facility in the world. Well, I think I said that already, but it's like, may have all the resources, I should say, in the world, but they may just be sitting on money, like making money in their sleep. What do you call it? Passively to some degree, but not really engaged in any particular cause, or it's like, it's different when your money works for you, beautiful. But when you are actually cultivating something that you care about, something that drives you with your money, that's a whole nother frequency, and it only advances your productivity and prosperity that much more, because there's an energy attached to it. It's not just mindless and casual, and even though we all say we want passive income, but the passion about it is like the operative force, at least from someone's perspective. And there's the freaking, what the heck? Oh my goodness. This is like hella wand energy. Before we make it out, there'll be all the damn wands. What is all this extra energy about? Now here's the competition, and that's probably what rears its head as things begin to accelerate and stabilize as a firm foundation. Yeah, so it's like, it may always have been there, behind the scenes, but that's when it really will probably amp up, when something has been established. So whether this is a business or a relationship, a collaboration, a partnership of any nature, there's definitely going to be a competitive response to try to challenge that establishment in some way, shape, or form. But it's solid. It's solid. It's as solid as that original Ace of Wands. It's been solid. It always will be solid, but it will definitely provoke competition. And it may or may not be positive competition, that whatever this is, that is a nuance in whatever market it emerges in. Again, even if it's a relationship that just has a special chemistry, or a business that is pioneering, it could just provoke competition by way of those that would want to kind of like emulate it with the Four of Wands, like almost mirror it or copycat it or something like that, or that really just want to compete, or that feel like there's a competition. But it doesn't feel like, this feels like something very unique that isn't really too much threatened by anything or anyone else. Whatever we're talking about, like, it's very secure. It's like self-secured. Jeez Louise. What is this? There's so much wands. And wands are power, force, creativity, ambition, drive. It's more energetic than it is physical. The only real materialization here after the Page and Knight of Pentacles is the King. Everything else is just like firepower. And then, of course, thoughts and communication here with the Queen of Swords. And this is 10, 10, 10 here. So that's like a triple ending of a completed cycle. Like something which could be by way of even this competition. Like it was ended before it even started, because the work that's been invested into whatever this is and materializing it is so irrefutable that even those that may try to project some obstinance or resistance don't get very far. Like, they on the outside of this Four of Wands. There's a security within this space that can't be breached. Did I look at the bottom? Yeah, here's the Eight of Pentacles. Because this is like somebody's life's work or purposeful work. And when it's driven from the passion, that it's like you could have somebody, 5 people doing the same thing, but when the drive is so organic for someone that is not even about the money, clearly, because they were already doing it without support, without money, without resources to sustain them. That's what is so revolutionary or admirable, or like it's so enlivening from the outside in, because it's something that somebody is dedicated to unconditionally, and they're good at it, whatever it is, even if it's just being their natural firecracker selves. They're literally, there's only one, they're one of one, and whatever energy that they bring, say it's even just a matter of energy they bring to a room, or to a partnership, or to a friend group, or to the job, or whatever, it's like somebody's irreplaceable. Like, if they left that position, there would be a great void to fill, and it would never truly be filled. It would be like a gaping hole. Like, you might get a decent substitute, but for the most part, it would always be lacking something. That's the energy I'm getting here. All right, let's get a couple more over there. I still don't know how to streamline this to what this means, but and there's the page of the page, pardon me, Queen. There's the Queen of Pentacles with the Seven of Cups. She's an anomaly. That's what I'm getting from that. Like, this is an anomaly kind of energy. Mysterious. You don't really know what she's going to do next or what. Like, that's why somebody's so enamored and so aroused, because like you never know what you're going to get. And it's somebody that has so many different layers, and they're successful here with the Six of Wands in everything that they pursue or project. It's like there's never a falsehood or, you know, a fail per se with this person, because no matter what they engage in, it comes with their passion. So even if it's something new, it comes with their passion, and somehow, some way, they find a way to advance in it. If it's intellectually, this is somebody that could know a little bit about everything, you know, may not know a lot about a little things, but knows a little bit about of everything. Like someone that can really have a conversation with anyone. That's the type of energy. You could put them in a room with just about anyone and they could find some connection or some understanding. Practical still and dependable with, like I said before, it's not just a matter of somebody just flying off the seat of their pants, doing anything at any given time with no balance, no order. This is the practicality with the Queen of Pentacles, that not only is she secure in what she has to offer and what she establishes, she can make great claims and a solid ground for its value, whether it be an idea, a business, something creative. Like there's always a landing place for her creativity. Always fertile. And like multifaceted, like there are different ways that this energy can be fertile. And it keeps, what's the right word? Like I would say enemies, but not really enemies, but like observers or, spectators. That's the word. It keeps spectators puzzled because they're like, that's why it's hard to really mock or imitate this energy, because even you could watch and study and think you got it down, but still there's this je ne sais quoi about the execution that no one can match. And that is really a testament to anyone that I'm speaking of here, when you tap into that special thing that you do, that you love to do, that excites you, that wakes you up in the morning, and you don't even need your morning coffee or tea before you could get to it if need be, that you look forward to engaging every day. That's what makes you that unique one of one muse of creation, you know, when you're operating in that energy that finalizes your position beyond any competition. There is no competition because there is no comparison, really. Even for those that try to imitate, they could never duplicate when you are operating in that supreme force field. That's when you are most impactful, and most what's the word? I just heard it. Impactful is really not the word, but like when you pose the most threat. And you're only a threat to those that would want to oppose you or want to even compete unnecessarily or to try to obstruct your progress in any type of way. But certainly for those that would want to be in alignment, you're the greatest ally. Because what you have to bring to the table is invaluable, and it's like being the one that brings something unique to the table. And then when you're in that space, in that room, in that collaboration, in that relationship, you also empower others to bring their best game to the table. Wow. And really not by force, just by presence alone, like just by being you, that kind of energy emits inspiration in that way, where people just want to match up, but doing their own thing though, not to compete, not to compare, just to co-create. That's dope. Let me just see one more here. Yeah, anything else is like people gotta keep it moving. If it's a matter of like competition or it's like get with it or get lost here with the eight of cups. If they're not going to get with it, work with you, and want to start creating all types of contentions and things like that, then eventually they'll see themselves out because they'll exhaust that energy. It'll be pointless. Now we get in the cups. Now we get in the emotion. Page of Cups is like people actually sorry they even tried to compete. It's like what, yeah, which is a perfect segue. It's like, why did I even try to do this? What was the point? They question themselves like, what was I thinking? Was this necessary? Regret and remorse here with the Page of Cups, because it's just not well invested time, energy, or resources. Not with an energy such as this present. Instead of being intimidated, you'd be better off to allow yourself to be advanced, enhanced, again, inspired, as opposed to intimidated. Exactly. Wow. It would be such a missed opportunity to do anything but get in alignment with frequency such as that. And anybody that tries to do anything opposing ultimately will regret it and wish that they didn't, and not even because like they lost or they failed, but it when you look back on it, like here with the Nine of Wands, it'll be like, damn, I had the opportunity to where there was an opportunity to accelerate or to be promoted or be advanced in some energetic way, and instead of you receiving it and appreciating it, you fought against it, whether it was a matter of like feeling intimidated, so you inflict jealousy or insecurity, or your ego is inflated, and you want to match up and be the best in that same arena when you have your own thing to be the best at. Like, that's the type of obstinate energy that ultimately will end up feeling sorry for itself, because it will not have achieved what it desired to, and it will have lost a great deal of potential of what was possible, what could have been afforded on account of co-creativity. That's the type of value you may bring to the table. So it really doesn't, all you have to really do is worry about being you unapologetically, not dimming your light, not dulling your shine, not curbing your enthusiasm for the things that excite you, that exhilarate you, not shying away from your ambitions, even if they seem a little strange or, they, even if you don't necessarily have the support, whether it be materially or otherwise, for what you do. It matters most to continue to thrive in that regard, because it makes more of an impression than you could ever realize, because there are so fewer people that have the balls to just be themselves unapologetically and do them, like you do you unapologetically, that you're making the difference and generating an inspiration for that to be more of the trend than it to be the obscurity, or the not the obscurity, like more of the way of life, so to speak. I'm articulating this horribly, and I apologize, but yeah, like it'll eventually inspire the masses, like everybody will be catching on before we know it to the thing that you're pioneering energetically, purely energetically, if nothing else, will eventually be the thing that circulates as a way of everyday life and existence. As strange as it may seem now, or as resistant as some may be to it, or questionable, or opinionated even about it, ultimately it becomes the wave. You're just a little bit ahead of the curve, if nothing else. Setting the trend, exactly. And here's thank you, Queen of Wands, for coming out. Like, wow. It's official. It's a sausage fest with these wands. Like I said, pioneering, leading the charge, revolutionary in her own right with the Queen of Wands. Now we got everything here but the Queen of Cups, which is fine, but hella energy by way of forging a path. Creative, ambitious, courageous, bold, unapologetic, magical. It really could actually be speaking to the shift in manifestation being less of a matter of the mind and of material and more of the passion. And that's something that is not really easy to be taught. It's more exemplified. Now I get it. That's why we had the hermit, which could be also a teacher. It's really like something that has to kind of be led by example. Like you can't really, as many tips and tricks that there are to manifestation, it's something that it's something that more or less is learned. It's a how can I say this? It's It's a skill that's learned by experience and by honing in on your own personal experience, not being distracted otherwise outside of yourself. And even as you may be inspired to cultivate your own or curate your own skill sets, it can never be duplicated on account of what works for one to translate to the other, because how one person manifests their reality, that's what this is. It's like highly like an intense charge of creativity by way of your kinetic energy, which the Queen of Wands is certainly not short of. But even get into it, we went through 2 different queens and the star before she finally appeared. It's a process. It's a learned process. It's something that we all have, like I said, lying dormant within us, the potential to project this energy, but it only really gets to be pronounced, activated, and actualized on our own accord. And again, we do express, our personal expression of it is a bit of a muse in the realm to inspire others to want to know, like, well, whatever it is that she's doing, I want to know how to learn how to do that for me. But it definitely can't be duplicated one to another. Even practically speaking, like I was starting to say, you can have a million tips and tricks about how to manifest destiny. You do this, you do that, you speak it this way, you affirm this way, and then you gotta, but it's about frequency. And that's just not something that can be transferred per se. I don't think so. But it can be inspired, and I don't know, maybe, I don't know if it can be transferred, but it can be transmitted, maybe, meaning my, experience of how I get to this ultimate expression of energy can be shared in a way, again, that can be informative and enlightening for someone else, but it still would have to be a personal process, which again comes down to it, there never being a point of comparison or competition truly, without it being a great disappointment to whomever incites it, because what one does to manifest their own creativity is completely different from what the other one is capable of, which is why there really is no competition in the realm regarding this level of energy. There's enough of it to go around for as many beings as there are pronounced in the frequency or willing to be, So I don't know. I don't know what this message was saying exactly, except for there's a great deal of energy that is resourceful, or available to resource, but it still happens from the inside out. With all the inspiration externally in the world, it's still a resource that you access internally. But with all this wand energy, to me it's saying that there's going to be a great pronunciation of it in the realm now. Again, like I said, a shift from it being materially based and mentally based, like, I don't know, like sparks flying energetically, where manifestations, materializations, and actualizations are happening, like I said, almost seemingly overnight, or out of thin air. instantaneously, perhaps. So it could be something quite spiritual and supernatural that's about to take form in a physical sensation, as a physical sensation and perception, where we're seeing, we're experiencing ourselves actualizing magically in ways that we, haven't really been privileged to before, and maybe becoming signs and wonders on account of that, again, as to what others see is possible to then go back to surge for themselves, or go within, I should say, and surge for themselves. So hella magic in the realm? I don't know. Hold on to your butts. Hold on to your butts, and definitely, as the Queen of Wands is, practice self-control. Like I was saying earlier, because that's why I was like, what is this? Like, what is the wand energy? But I was saying earlier, it's not somebody that's just like provoked or just flying off the seat of their pants. I was likening it to ambition and drive and just, adventure off to the next thing, discovery. But this literally could be an emission of force that without self-control could be harmful to self or harmful to others. But in this frequency, with all these queens, I'm sure you got it. It'll just be a wonder of who else gets it and what they are willing and able to do with it. That is a question to me. Like, I'm not worried about those that have self-control coming into their full magical and majestic powers. I'm thoughtful about those that don't. But maybe that's, maybe the self-destructive clause is what ultimately is like that measure of security for that crew. Whereas if you try to impose your force field unlawfully, spiritually or otherwise, it will backfire. But no one is exempt from that, which is why it's important to maintain integrity in the way that it's been cultivated, groundedly, to know exactly. And all this time, that could have been what the King of Pentacles was expressing, like the stages of kind of like maturation, getting to a point where you could handle such a responsibility, to be tempered enough to know exactly when to invest it, when to expel it, and when to be conservative. After all that, I think that's what it comes down to wield your magic wand wisely. Being very careful, not only what you wish for, but what you command. Okay, and I'll leave it there. All right, thank you for listening and watching. Until next time, as always, I'll leave you with peace.